Hi guys, welcome to another episode of our podcast, Let's Talk with Glow. And I remain your host, and my name is Glow. And remember that this is brought to you proudly by Corper Studios. And thank you so much for tuning in to watch us today. We appreciate all the support we've been getting from you guys so far. The support has been overwhelming. Thank you so much. Okay, so as always, you know that we always bring you topics that are really juicy, contents that are exciting, and we also bring guests that help us to do justice to this topic. And today is not a different one, right? So today we are going to be discussing another topic, and the topic is, does single-sex schools affect the development of a child? Yes, so for our parents, or if you were once someone that went to a single-sex school, did it affect your development in any way? Do you want to still take your children to be able to go to single-sex schools, whether as a day student or as a boarder? So are there any does anything come in between it? Is it good? Is it bad? Does it affect the development? So we are going to be discussing this today. And with me, I have two people. Of course, you know I crossed 7 rivers and 7 seas. That's by default, right? To get my guests to be here today. And on my right, I'll start with the lady. On my right, I have a product manager, and she's also a 500 level student of Unilag, and her name is Esther Amoshon. Hi Esther.
Hi.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so on my left, we have a content creator. So some people know him. If you've been really active on Instagram, you know that he creates content around things that has to do with gadgets, right? And iPhone most especially, or iWorld like he says. Okay, so his name is Chimdi Ufonna. We call him Chimdi from Gadgetgasm, yeah. So Chimdi, you're welcome. Why are you smiling? What's that? You're welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm fine.
I can see.
Yes.
I can see. So I have a content creator and I have a product manager. Yes, let me not mix it together. So how has the product managing been for you so far? Just give us like 20 seconds run. How has it been?
The journey has been good, but then also rough. But then I'm here, and I'm still here.
I don't know how you're managing to bring that together with law. Exactly.
Ask me a lot of time because law and product management does not relate. But then we will find the interface when we get there. But for now, that's what I enjoy doing, and I'm doing it.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Gadgetgasm, Chimdi, how far? What's going on? Anything for your girl? Anything for the girl? Sorry.
Well, it's iPhone tip that I have now. Normal.
So people like us, no, let me not say us, let me speak for myself, because a product manager should have an iPhone. People like me, little me that does not have an iPhone, I don't need the tips now, Shay. So what else do you have for me?
Sell your phone and buy an iPhone. That's the truth. That's what you should do.
Please, let's go straight to the topic. Okay, so like I said, our topic today is does single-sex schools affect the development of a child? So did any of you go to a single-sex school?
No, from me.
No, I didn't. But I went to a boarding school for the 6 years in secondary school. Trust me.
So it was mixed.
No, yeah, it was mixed.
Okay.
But then I had friends. I went to Federal Girls College. I went to all this all-boys school and stuff like that. Yes.
So how was it? How was it for you? The 6 years as a boarder.
Oh my God!
Was it nice?
The fact that it was a private school, I think it made it less annoying to an extent. Okay. But then I still got to experience the old boarding life scenario. There was a point in time I was bullied in secondary school, but like it was minimal since it was a private school.
You didn't tell them you're a lawyer. Let's go for them.
I can't remember. Funny, if I see them outside, I might not even recognize them. But these are my bully and people like that. But then I feel like at a point I felt my self-esteem, yes, but then I am where I am today, regardless of wherever would have happened. But then I think, like I said, it's because it was a private school, it made it minimal. But then I still got to experience what people in public schools, boarding schools, like especially when it regards to bullying or seniors maltreating you at times and stuff like that. Yeah, but then it was fun also.
I think I can actually relate to that, right? Because I didn't go to a boarding school, but I was also bullied. People would think I'm lying, but I was actually bullied to the extent that they'll tell me, although not by someone in my set,
Yes,
like someone
it's only
senior.
someone above.
Yeah, so
and the fact that I was very petite, in fact, the way I grew this way, people used to wonder how. I was very petite in secondary school. You could barely see me when I'm coming. Yes, I was very petite and small. I had this innocent look. I'm still very innocent. But so it was like pretty much. I had a school mother then that finished my provision because I don't really eat when I was inside. I didn't really eat, so I carried my provision. I carried a lot of provisions. My mom always made sure that because of my health, I was always with provision. So like she finished my provision, and I just felt like taking something. I went to go meet her. Oh, I want to eat something like that. I could see a lot of provision in front of her locker like this, and she was telling me she doesn't have that. She gotta look for my provision somewhere else.
Wow.
And I was like, what? After that GS1, I never had a school mother till I graduated. The first school mother I mean SS2, but I told them that this person okay, school mother, no school mother. All the best day, school mother on your own, but then me, I didn't want a school mother.
But I thought you're supposed to be the one to choose.
Well, I was given a school mother in GS1, so I didn't get to choose. And she was very nice to me. Like she read my locker, she did everything for me. I went to my bed, all this kind of nice. And you're like, okay, this person is not bad, so I can have her as my school mother, this kind of thing. But then nothing that she had an agenda, really. But then,
at least we thank God we are where we are, right?
Yes, so really.
You guys really had adventures. So.
Yes, I did. I had a lot of adventures in secondary school.
No, mine was I did not have any adventure. Okay, I had some, right? But let's not go into that. That's not the topic for today. Okay, so let's go straight. So Chimdi, what are the single-sex schools, and how do you differentiate them from co-educational schools?
Well, I think it's actually self-explanatory. Single sex means girls be in a girls' school and guys be in a guys' school.
Okay.
But if you have to co-educate people, it means you want to mix the two genders together. Yeah. So single sex, they want the females to be able to handle all the affairs by themselves.
Okay.
The female is going to be head boy, and is going to still be the head girl, and also be the labor part. And also be the labor prefect. And, so now on the guys side, guys are going to be all of that thing too.
Okay.
That's how it is.
Okay, so what do we think there are benefits or advantages of being in a single sex school?
Yeah, I think there are, because when you're in single sex school, like you have the opportunity to mingle well with your colleagues, like people of the same gender. You have the opportunity of learning about yourself. There's no stereotype really. I feel like the gender stereotype is not there because you guys are the same, so you're treated equally. There's no preferential treatment, whether you're a guy, I'm a girl, and like, okay, girls should dress this particular way and stuff like that. I think those limitations are not actually there, because when you're in a co-educational school, right, there's a limit to, I feel like, okay, for my school for particular, there's a particular way we had to dress. Our skirts we're not supposed to be short, we're supposed to be long, we're supposed to be in a particular order and stuff like that, because of you don't want to like seduce or like make the other gender uncomfortable. But like being in a, yes, there are still those things, but then it's not going to be as paramount as it will be when you're in a co-mixed school. Do you get? I feel like there are a lot of benefits, and the fact that you could also have a lot of tailored educational stuff towards them. For example, you could freely have probably like a menstrual cycle talk without having to make the other gender feel uncomfortable. But then those are topics that guys should be involved into also. But then I feel like there's a lot of liberty with having to go to single sex school, because you, minus your teachers being male, maybe you have male teachers, but then you don't have to like deal with the ideals of being shy when you're in your period, where you go stay in school, stuff, and some other things like that. Yes, I feel like there are benefits to it.
Nice. Chimdi, what do you think?
Well,
do you think there are any benefits? Or just disadvantages?
well, yeah, because that's one principle about life. Whatever has disadvantage
has an advantage.
Yeah, so if you should look deep into this, I think you should
let's look deep. You need a microscope.
Let's look. If you look deep into, you see that it has benefits. I mean, if being in a only ladies school, I feel this thing she explained now is actually going to be very good, because instead of being shied away, you can be able to, if you have something about your body you want to ask, you don't have to be looking whether there's a guy beside. Yeah, so if you look deep, even I feel that even in the single sex school for females, there are a lot of self-esteems that are paramount to it, because I believe that scientists believe that with some science they've done that ladies tend to get more of their self-esteem being in a single sex school. Reason, I will explain.
Okay.
Reason is because that ladies being the one to be the head boy and be the head girl. Okay, now that lady as a whole now is not taking up the responsibility of leadership.
Okay.
Do you understand? So it means that if that lady should be in a co-educational system, yeah, it's going to be hard. I've not actually seen electing a head boy and giving it to a lady. It has to be a head boy. You understand?
Yeah.
So, but then if she happens to be in a only sex school, I think it's a win for her. Do you understand? But that is on the advantage. You understand? But maybe.
So why will we just focus on the ladies? Guys don't have advantage. So if they're having their,
I think the same thing applies.
It's the same thing applies. It's the same thing applies.
Yeah. So you can freely mix, but then guys will always be guys. I don't know how to do it. I don't know. I can't even deal with you. You're joining that type because I don't know why they find you weird to tell themselves. Okay, these days they're trying to promote remove gender masculinity and stuff like that. But males should be men, men should show emotions and stuff. So I don't know. I can't particularly say of male schools, but because I'm very sure of female school, all girls school and stuff like that, because but then I don't know if it will help promote the cordiality they will see because men will always be men, like I said. They don't like to share. They
don't like to show that I'm being affected by one small gender.
But that's the society for you now. That's what the society is.
But that's what we're trying to change.
It's the society.
That's what we're trying to change. So that you're a guy does not mean that you should bottle up everything inside of you and not let anybody know what you're going through. Not go die of depression one day.
I think the narrative is changing these days. I tend to ask my guy friends to tell me, okay, what's going on with you, and I tend to press in. They don't like to talk here, but then you have to press in, talk to me, what's going on, what's happening, but then when you start pressing, you start asking, you start someone start opening up, and it's a lot of emotions. And when you talk, people, I might not be able to help you though, yes, but then talking to me, they're
it kind of gives you that ease, exactly.
Yes, really.
It ease the tension a bit.
It's therapeutic. Why do you think
try it?
Therapy and they tell you that?
Don't just tell us about iPhones.
I'm trying to see if that's possible for me, because
you can't see even those that finally did, the guys, some of my, because I have friends that are guys. So before you can get them to talk, it's more like it's a battle, right? But then when I think basically my gender too has to do some work, right? So if you get them comfortable to know that, okay, whatever you tell me stays with me. It's not like when you tell me I'm going to fly around to start telling people, oh, this guy is having this issue or having that issue. But I believe that if you can actually find one person, it must not be a lady, it can be your fellow guy, that you can tell things and, okay, this is what I'm going through, this is what I'm facing. They might not give you that answer at that particular time, or they might not give you the exact help you need, but in a way it eases your burden because you've been able to say it out. You've been able, and in talking about it, just like you said, it's therapeutic. Just like in talking about it, it's easing your burden somehow. So try it. All right. Thank you.
You don't look convinced.
I will try.
But
then I'll try.
You should.
I try.
Okay, so let's see. Do you think that there are differences in the teaching methods or the educational resources between the single-sex schools and the co-educational schools, also in their extracurricular activities like the sports? Do you think there's any difference between the two of them?
Well, I'm not an educationist, but then I would say no.
Okay.
Because I feel like when it comes to writing WAEC, or when it comes to writing NECO or GCE, we write the same exams. I don't think they carry a different exam to an all-girls school and all-boys school, and they carry a different exam to a co-mixed school. So I feel like we write the same thing, and I feel because we are under UB now, so we have a universal, the education system is universal. We have the same curriculum, we read the same literature text. When I ask you, did you read it? Say yes, I read it in secondary school too. So I feel like it's the same thing. When it comes to sports too, I feel females take up during sports these days. I don't think because they are male or they are females, there would be a restriction or disparity in the sports they do also.
Okay. Well, I some parents can actually say, oh, that the reason why I want my child to go to a boarding school, same sex, is because they get to teach them some other important things that they don't teach in a mixed school. And I'm like, okay, I don't know about that.
I don't think there's anything.
Except maybe probably for female, I don't know, probably for the ladies' school, probably what they will not feel comfortable teaching in where a guy is. Okay. They might feel okay, since it's all girls, let's just talk about it deep. You understand? Or probably if you are feeling pains, the things you should do.
But I feel like pains, in a mid school too, they can always separate you people. Okay, girls go to this class, guys go to this class. We're having like maybe a reproductive topic and stuff. And during biology classes, we're always in the same class too. So I don't think it's about being comfortable or something.
This you actually mentioned now is even actually one of the reasons why I don't like same-sex school, because this is one of the core reasons why there is high should I call it high level or high immorality rate. Do you understand?
Explain.
Thank you. Gladly. Okay, this is it. I noticed something from one of my teachers back in secondary school. He said something, and I quote. He said, when we mention parts of the body, we mention head, we mention shoulder, we mention the knees, the toes, we mention the lap. So what happens to hair? Why are we skipping hair?
And they mention it now.
No, they don't mention it. No, but that's the question. Why skip there? Because now it is in skipping that place that we want to now know what is so special. Why it was skipped. Why is here skipped? And then we try to find out why it's skipped in our own personal way, and then we get to,
So is it being skipped generally in the curriculum or for just single-sex schools?
No, it's skipped in the co-educational. It's mostly skipped in the co-educational. But now in the single-sex school, they might actually be free to talk about it because, you are all ladies there, so you already know what you have. Do you understand? They'll be free to talk about it. And the same thing with guys' schools. I feel they'll be free to talk about it. Do you understand? But if you check it morally in the society, because if you tell yourself the truth, you're not coming out in the world to meet only a female.
Definitely.
You're not coming out to the world to meet only a male. So whatever you are facing as a single-sex school, you are still going to come back to reality. You are just dreaming. So whatever you are doing you are really dreaming big. So after you wake up to reality and you get married to probably your opposite sex. So if you don't start at that age, so tell me what you're actually doing.
But when you come out, it's not like I'm not for or against, but when you go home, you have breaks now. You get to see the other gender.
Sorry. What of we that when we go home, we are going to our houses. Sometimes I wonder how I got so extroverted because I did with my mom. We lived like in a flat, or when we were in flats, my grandma's house is not like flat, so like I get to see people. That's why I like going to my grandma's place, because I feel like I get to see a lot of people. But my father's house, I'm always inside. So what am I? Who are you mixing with? And I have sisters. Tell me. So what are you mixing with, really? Yeah.
Okay, so what are let's talk about the disadvantages of single-sex schools. What do you think are the disadvantages?
A lot. Depends on how many can you take.
Okay. I think let me do small because he has a lot to say.
As in one foolscap sheet.
Okay, I think I'll speak more on the self-esteem and the confidence parts because, okay, I think, like I said, I have friends that went to an all-girls school. I don't really have friends that went to an all-boys school, but I have friends that went to all-girls school, and I think it's really hard trying to like mingle when you come out. I spoke to someone today, and two of them today before coming down here, that just like get their point and their opinion on the topic I was coming to speak on. And I think they also touched on the self-esteem parts. One of them was telling me that it took her a while before she was able to fully talk to guys or fully mingle and stuff like that. I said that she was really innocent throughout her time in secondary school.
She was a border?
Yes, she was a border. Right. It was Federal Girls College. I don't know whether Shagam, they have different Federal Girls Colleges. So it was really hard for her mainly. And when she's from school to home, from home to school, so that was just her life it gets. So it was really hard for her to mingle. So it took her about 2 years to adjust to.
That's after school,
societal point of having to see guys every day, something that you don't normally see. You're always in the hostel, first term, second term, third term, almost a year or something. You just have little breaks in between, then you're back to school again. That was just a cycle, do you guys? So I think the self-esteem part is actually, I can really relate to that, because only those that maybe based on the surroundings they kind of have, they're already used to like seeing guys, or they're already used to like having brothers. That might not really affect or tell on them. But those that do not really have the kind of like environment, I think it's going to be really admingling, or like having to feel below a female gender. So maybe that's why some of them will be feel like, oh, you just say that it's a patriarchal society. Yes, we know that. So if they actually tell you that, you actually believe, okay, yes, men are supposed to like be in this pedestal, then while women just follow below or something like that. Do you understand? So I feel like the self-esteem part is very important, or the confidence. Yes, they said that guys come to their schools for competitions. But then I can't even just imagine myself seeing a guy in my school, like, oh my god, that guy is so fine. Because it's
and
not something.
He's not even fine.
Yeah, thank you. Because how many fine guys do you see on the street of Lagos every day? But like, this is your first time. Like, yeah, very true. I'm just one. I'm seeing a guy, I'm like, oh my, fine girl, you get and stuff like that. And I feel like that, and also exposes you to being attracted to your other like your same sex. Do you get like lesbianism? So like, I won't go into details of that, but then I feel like
so
speaking to them, because because she said that she was introduced to it, but then because of the cycle of friends she got to meet, like going forward in that level, she was able to drop that habit. Imagine she had just been with friends that were lesbians all throughout secondary school days. That means she would have come out still being a lesbian, like guys, and still continue like that. Do you get throughout like a life, or maybe till probably she encounters someone else, or probably like there's a shift or something, or change in the psychology and stuff like that. So I feel like all those things are also there, and they also tend to start to date their teachers at times, because the only male personality you're seeing is probably your male teacher.
Sure.
Yeah, and there's a high tendency of you being attracted to you, especially if they are young. And in the federal schools, there's a high tendency that they are posting probably a Corper, or like they are employing young teachers in school. Imagine I'm seeing someone that is 20 something, and I'm almost like, we are humans, and we'll definitely have feelings, right? So like, there's a high tendency of you dating your teacher, and there's a high tendency of different atrocities going down that we cannot talk about.
Atrocities.
So yes.
Oh, the truth is that she have said it all.
Yeah. But you said you have a full caption.
Yes.
But she summarized my whole full caption. So, but the truth is this: it's not sociologically beneficial, because as I said earlier, you are dreaming. Whatever you do there, you have to wake up to reality. Because let me list it. Number one, if you happen not to get being into women, as in being a lesbian or being gay, you're going to get married to an opposite sex. That is number one. Number two, you're going to meet your opposite sex in your line of work, because they're not going to give you a separate job because you went to a single sex school. Then they're not say, okay, because you went to a single sex school, here it's only female that are here. I'll be working here. No. If you don't learn those stuffs being from scratch, because I believe, and I also tell people that the greatest place to form a human is from childhood. If you don't catch him there, he's gone. And when I mean gone, he's gone forever. So you being in a only sex school, like she said, and then you started probably, because of we are humans, let's tell ourselves the truth. Then you started feeling some tingle in your body, and you decided to talk to your other partner or your other friend that is
still the
same
thing,
and the person is feeling the same thing you're feeling. Before you know it, you guys will try to bring up some things to explore. Let's see, what do we do now? Okay, maybe I should do this for you, and then you understand those kind of things. Before you know it, that's how LGBTQ started. Do you understand? So for us to curtail it, my number one advice, please, let it be how God created it to be. A man and a woman. Please, let us coexist. Let us co-educate in the school. Please, anything you have, any part of the body you want to talk in front of the woman, talk in front of the guy. Yes, all of us, we are getting advanced. And the truth is that, I want to say it, the truth is this. No matter how we want to do, no matter how we want to say it, I'm saying in front of camera, no matter how we want to say it, this world is getting more spoiled by the day. Every single day. Let us accept one single fact. That's what I will tell people. I rather prefer my son be a womanizer than be gay. I'll say it in front of national television. I'm not saying you cannot be gay. You can if you feel it's necessary for you, but you cannot project your own worldviews on me. So I am saying I would prefer my son be a womanizer. I'm not saying he should.
But if you're to choose,
if you have to choose the both of them, please be a womanizer and be gay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So basically we've covered the social and emotional development of children that are attending single-sex schools. We've also covered the challenges that arises when a mixed school, like if they don't go to a mixed school, what kind of challenges they face. We've also covered the self-confidence and the self-esteem. So I think what we have to talk about now is, okay, so let's, like, we were once in secondary school and we are, by God's grace, going to be parents someday. So what factors do you think parents should consider when deciding whether to send their child to a single-sex school or to a co-educational school? Who's going first? Or you guys want to ponder first?
Me, I'm not giving them any factor.
Okay, so all your children are going to co-educational school.
They're going to a co-educational school, please.
But you know, right? So some parents argue that the reason why they send their children to boarding houses is because, quote and unquote, they said the child will get more what's the word? Like, the child will be able to do some certain things and the child will be able to reason better. Like, he's going to be able to take some responsibilities. And also that when you're in a boarding house, there's a limitation to getting pregnant.
Okay.
No, but that's what some parents say.
I do not quite agree with that. Yes, because what happens outside the four walls of the boarding school?
Exactly.
Like you're going home. Like I said,
home.
Environment really matters when it comes to education. The school will only do the part of having to instill the necessary things you need to survive in a society out there. Like they'll just like put you through the trainings and stuff like that. But then everything, moral, everything, the school does that. So, but it comes from home. Your moral upbringing, from church, from like what you are exposed to, what you see, what you hear, minus the fact that 4 walls of boarding school. If a secondary school student in a boarding school is also get pregnant, right under your nose as a parent. So like, what are you talking about?
Exactly.
So I don't think that's like a justification to telling me that, that's why you take your child and almost like a single-sex school, because even single-sex schools, atrocities happen.
Atrocities.
I don't just want to, because when you're speaking, when you sit down and talk, some of them will tell you that it was from my friend that at all girls school I learned that they could. Oh my god, I don't want to talk about it on national TV because we are trying to be civilized. Because it was from them I learned that you could use anger
to pick a lock.
No.
Okay, don't.
Let's just leave it.
If he's not picking a lock, don't talk about it.
Because
I'm interested to hear it, please.
That you could use anger to abort a child. No, tell me about that. I've never heard, but I heard from someone right at a single girl school. So how does it happen? Like, how do they get pregnant right in school?
Exactly
there?
My point.
So like, who is impregnating them? Wow. No, like you can't justify that it's because you don't want. Why are you surprised? It is a shock on your face, probably. So like, you can't tell me that because you don't want your child to get pregnant or. That's not justification. I went to a co-educational school, like mixed, and we had guys and they were really strict in my school that you can't date, you can't even with the strict people were still dating. So what are you saying? It's not that it's always low key. It's only your classmate that we know, or you and the person you are dating. People will always be rebellious.
That is how it one is. Thing. I don't know if it's. I don't know if I should say it, but this is something I always tell people. We are human beings. I feel the more we try to be more educational about what we feel as humans, I think it's going to be more beneficial than when we try to like be rebellious about it. Going to a school where they are being strict with it's good. I mean, it's good.
Yes.
It's actually good. But if you look at it, instead of being, there's something somebody said on Twitter. I will quote. He said, instead of being abstinence, why not try to teach them about what the phase they are actually in, instead of telling them to be okay. It's a lie. What you are feeling is nonsense. That because
the feelings are
I'm feeling
justified.
something.
Thank you.
I'm feeling something.
Like, talk to me about it.
Yes.
Then you tell me that okay, it is not right for you to entertain those feelings. But this is how. This is what happens. You get like your parents always say that
the consequences.
If you are your period and a guy is touching, like a guy, if you are touching me, I can't get pregnant. Like I feel like parents should be factual.
Yes.
You might not want to go in total about all those things because yes, but then like people are smart. There's internet, like we're in
they will try to find out by themselves because
like
we're inquisitive.
When you're telling me that if a guy touch you now you will get
pregnant.
But guys touch me in school, how am I not pregnant?
I wonder.
Then you'll be scared that hey, don't let the guy touch me or what's going on. I think that thing was really in my head that if a guy touch you, you get pregnant. Me.
There was one I heard like the mother was telling the child like don't ever let any man or any boy touch your pants. Like that was what the mother was
like
telling.
with that
then
she knows that.
I think the mother now came back the next day or something, and she was like, what are you doing with this person? He said, mommy, you said I should not let anybody touch me with my pants. I left my pants at home.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
So you cannot imagine like so I really get like there should be much more explanations to children.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. We should
Let
be
them know that
free to talk
if
about
you're feeling
it.
this, it is normal to feel
I
this,
feel
but
like
these are the consequences if you indulge in this.
Exactly.
And if you are Christians, it's very good to instill that biblical teaching that okay, your Bible doesn't tell you this. Your Bible tells you that you should like do not fornicate, do not commit adultery. So yes, you have those emotions because you're human beings, but then this is what your Bible tells you. But like, don't just tell me that don't do it without like an earth way.
You have to explain to me what I'm feeling because I'm feeling
and I feel
something.
like as parents, you should create a safe space, like be a safe space for your child. If I
confide
can't,
in.
sometimes people wonder
Very
why.
important.
Many people I've had in my life, whether talking stage or not talking stage, my mom knew about all of them. People always wonder why, like, I say yes, I'm not cool with my mom because she won't try to judge me. She will just try to tell me that okay, use your head, and she knows she trusts my judgment in every decision I make. You get, but then so I feel like being a safe space as a parent is very important. I think I had that growing up, so that really helped me in development because I might not really share everything in total with my parent, but then I could just tell you paraphrase them. And I feel like okay, my mom is anytime okay, this is what I should do, this is what I should not do. Then I take her advice and I'm like, okay, now I'm applying it to the whole full story I know of. I did not tell you everything because I did not want that prejudgmental African motherhood or African mother judgment and everything like that then. But I still tell you like what I feel, like this is what I'm going through and stuff like that. But and sometimes that it's your friends that will be able to give you the good advice. Also, friends also matter. So I feel like when it comes to determining whether you want to take your child, boarding schools are good. Yes, I will not lie. Sincerely, they are the cons to it and they are the pros to it though. But then I feel like there are a lot of cons because, like you said, there's a lot of leader. If you can take up leadership roles in mid schools. I was not a prefect though due to health reasons, but then like I had a lot of tremendous impact in my hostel because I was in the hostel. I've been in the hostel for 6 years. Like, come on, like why would you not want to like make yourself known or make like have impact? I would just like be like a snake passing on a rock and just do like that. Sure, you get like you can always like have leadership roles. You can always. I feel like I was even known to my teachers as some prefect in schools then because they always knew me as a good student. Do you get like the impact can be made everywhere, anywhere you find yourself, not because of it's an all girls school or it's an all boys school or because it's a mixed school. So I feel like what you really want for your child is very important, and sometimes parents really consider the fees too, because when I'm going to a federal school, I'm not sure the fees are as high as going to a private school or like taking your child to public schools are not expensive. I don't mean not that, but they're not expensive as compared to a private school. So I feel like that's also a factor that you might want to consider. But then if you're going to an all-girls school, just ensure that you put in a safe environment for your child, and you're ensuring that they have this ideology of how the society operates. I think that's very important because the society does not operate an all-girl system. You are not only seeing boys, you are not only seeing guys or only seeing your co-girls. You are seeing both gender because you're going to be competing. It's a competition in the world though, yes, but then yes, so I feel like that's creating a very safe space for your children are very important. So if like your child's life is from school to home, sorry, I would really advise or prefer that they go to a mixed school, so like they get to sit in class with their male counterparts and learn and compete for first position and compete for second position, third position, have a feel of what it's like to like be in class with an intelligent guy. So you are seeing it outside there, it's not surprising because you already saw it in like you had like a pictorial view of what it's like to be like in the outside society.
Thank you so much. You did a lot of justice. Do you have anything to say, or shall I summarize it as usual?
Hey, please say something.
I've given her the mantle.
You say give her the mantle?
All right, so thank you so much for your time, and it has really been an interesting topic. I have learned a lot, and I'm sure our audience, both the people going to the mixed school, those going to the co-educational school, and also our parents, I'm sure that we've picked one or two things from this talk that we've had. Thank you so much for sharing your insights with us, and guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to us, and we do not take this for granted. All right, thank you so much, and of course, we have to draw the curtains here. So that's by helping you with the MB. We don't want the MB to, you get. All right, so thank you so much for your time, and it's been a lovely one. So till I come your way next time, do you want to tell us that thing you used to say?
And as always, stay creative.
All right, stay creative. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Woo.